Hey everybody, how you doing tonight? This is Dave Ander with Little Things from the Dashboard. Yeah. I've been thinking, how come people always try to compare themselves to somebody else? Now, don't get me wrong. It's okay to look at what others have done to become successful. It's okay to try to do what others have done to better yourself. But don't ever compare yourself to somebody else. Because what you're really saying is, I want to be that person. Why do you want to be somebody else? When the real person you should really try to be is yourself. I think when somebody says, man, I wish I could be like him, or I wish I could be him, or I wish I could be her, I wish I could, do this or have that or whatever it might be, comparing themselves to other people's success and other people's achievements is not doing anything to better yourself. See, if you want to better yourself, this is what you need to do. And if you do this, I promise you, you will grow in ways you never dreamt possible. Now listen to this, okay? Hear me out on this. If you do this one simple thing, I promise you, you'll have growth like you've never even imagined. Listen to this now. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone is today. Let me say that again. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone is today. Let that sink in. Because if you do that, if you honestly do that, you'll never be comparing yourself to somebody else. You are the only one that you have to impress. You are the only one that can hold yourself accountable. You are the only one that can give yourself the discipline you need to achieve the things that you want to achieve in life. See, if every day you get up and you look in the mirror and you compare that person to the one yesterday, is the one you're looking in the mirror today better than the one you looked in the mirror at yesterday? I hope so. Because every day you should grow. I'm not saying you should have such incredible growth and explosion and changing in your life every single day, because that's impossible. That can't happen. But what can happen is that you discipline yourself enough to grow a little bit every single day. See, it's the little things, yeah? It is the little things that blow up into huge differences. I'm going to say it again. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone is today. If you do that and you're honest with that person looking back at you in the mirror, I guarantee you, without a doubt, I guarantee you, you're going to have so much growth in your life, it's going to blow your mind. Because when you get to that point in your life to where the only person you're really trying to impress is one looking back at you in the mirror, then you're going to have growth. Because that one looking back in the mirror can't lie, man. Can't happen. You can't look in that mirror and go, I tried my best yesterday. Because the one looking back at you is going to call you a liar. You can't look in that mirror and say, I gave it everything I had. I fought the day with integrity. I did my best, and I was honest, and I was trustworthy, and I was reliable, and I was respectful, and I carried myself with integrity. If you didn't do that, that one looking back at you in the mirror is going to call you a liar. See, there's no greater critic than the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror. There's no greater critic than oneself against himself or herself. There is no greater critic than one's own mind, because one's own mind cannot tell a lie and believe it, see? You can make excuses, but your mind knows the truths. You can come up with all these fabricated reasons why things aren't going the way you want, but when it comes down to it, the one in the mirror is going to call you a liar. See, what I'm really trying to get at you is, we're closing out another year. We're closing out another year. Have you accomplished what you wanted to accomplish? And if not, why not? I'll tell you why, because you didn't look in that mirror enough. And if you did, you turned away because you're embarrassed with what you saw, see? You're embarrassed because you knew you've been lying to yourself for another entire year. Set some discipline in your life. So when you get up and you look in that mirror, I don't care what time of day it is. I'm not telling you when to get up or when to go to bed or nothing like that, because everybody has different schedules, see? I'm up between 3:30 and 4 o'clock every day. That works for my schedule. I do the things I need to do, and I try to get to bed by 10, 11 o'clock. See, that works for me. Because I know if I don't do that, I'll never accomplish what it is I want to accomplish. Get up. Look in the mirror. And compare yourself to who you were yesterday. And not to who somebody is today. See, comparisons are only as good as what you're comparing it with. And if you're not comparing yourself to yourself, you're doing yourself a disservice. Because there's no greater human being on the face of this earth to compare yourself to than you. See, you know what you have inside of you. You know what you can dig down deep and get. No. Look in that mirror. And go get what is yours. But don't compare yourself to anybody. There's no man, woman, or child, or anybody else on the face of this earth worthy of you comparing yourself to them. There just doesn't. Compare yourself to the one in the mirror. This is Dave Andert with Little Things from the Dashboard.